Hello, guys. What's up? And welcome back, Quality Shot Tennis. Today, we've got ANDREEVA taking on ANISIMOVA, two WTA 1000 champions from this season. It's an exciting matchup. Two, I think, of the better peaks on the tour in terms of peak level of play. I think both at their best can just play wonderful shots, huge shots from back to court. They can both hit big backhands and just great players, and it's an exciting matchup. And I think that ANDREEVA needs to be on it because even though she's not playing a top 10 player, ANISIMOVA brings it against top opposition against top 10 players, and she can play like a top 10 player. So it's going to be exciting. How are you guys doing? Hello, Joe. Hey, thank you, Joe, for the membership. You can always become a member and get extra perks. Let me know if you got the membership from Joe. How are you doing, Joe? How are you guys doing? I think that ANDREEVA is going to win, but I definitely think ANISIMOVA is going to be a tough customer. And honestly, I picked ANDREEVA to win this tournament. But I think if somebody beats ANDREEVA, it might well be ANISIMOVA. Like, I don't know. ANDREEVA needs to be ready. Let me just put it that way. She needs to be ready. Backhand from ANDREEVA. Backhand ANISIMOVA. It's in the net. So we are at deuce. Two young players. ANDREEVA obviously still just 17. Turning 18 next month, I guess. And then ANISIMOVA, I don't even know. I think she's like 21, maybe. Maybe a little bit older. Maybe 22. I think she's 21, right? Still very young. She's been around a while. No, I am way off. I'm way off my game. 23 years old. That makes more sense anyway. Honestly, I don't know why I was thinking she was that young. I think I was mixing her up with somebody. That's right. ANDREEVA 6'4", 6'3". Okay. I'm taking ANDREEVA in 3 sets. I think she's going to lose a set. I'm going to say ANDREEVA wins 4-6, 6-2, 6-4. 4-6, 6-2, 6-4. Let me know what you guys think. See how close we are for that. Let me know. Is the audio sounding good? Is everything sounding okay? I don't think it's going to sound maybe as good as when I'm in the other location, but hopefully it's still sounding okay. I still got my mic and everything, so hopefully we should be all good. I was just out playing tennis. That's why I've got the sweaty hair. I didn't really have time to shower, which isn't great. But hey, at least you guys don't have to smell me. You just have to see me. But yeah, Andreeva is on like what 12, 13 match winning streak. And that's not just Indian Wells, but obviously Dubai as well, winning 2 Masters in a row. She's going for 3 in a row. Just has this kind of unstoppable sort of feel about her at the moment. And it's really interesting, honestly, because in Doha, she lost to Stramkova. Like I don't know if you say it's Stramkova or Stramkova, but like that's not she won against Volynets in 3 sets, then she lost to Stramkova. That is the last player Andreeva's lost to. Since then, she's beaten, I think, Rybakina twice, Sabalenka, she's beaten Swiatek, all in one tournament. She became like the third player under 18 years old to defeat the world number 1 and number 2 in the same tournament. The other player being Serena Williams. I think the other one was Graf, I think it was Graf and Serena. It might have only been Serena, but I think there was another player there too. I'm assuming maybe Celis too could have done that, but I don't know. She has a lot of stats like that. All good. Did you win? Oh, yesterday I won. Today I wasn't playing for a match, but I played really well. I thought I played really well, and I was making some adjustments on my forehand technique and just the way I moved to the forehand, which I think are good changes. And yeah, like I'm starting to have a option where I can do a bit more of like a jumping forehand, because I'm pretty good at elevating myself up high and kind of vertical elevation. So I think, and I kind of have that, I guess, leg strength or calf strength that I can kind of lift myself up and still hit a big forehand. So I'm starting to implement that a little bit more, and I think that could do great things for my game. And yeah, I mean, I played well. I thought in practice I was getting some great shots back. My backhand still needs a lot of work. My serve needs a lot of work, but that's why we practice. What's up, Maynor? Good to see you. Keys lost. WTF. Yeah. Philip, one of the greatest Filipino players ever, 19 years old. Ila. Was it Alexandra Ila, or no, that might not be right. What's her first name? Alexandra Ila. There you go. Okay. Ila has the week of her life. Yeah, but young life. I mean, 19 years old life. I mean, it's like, right? I mean, if you're like 14 years old, it's like, it's not a, you might have another good week. Backhand goes to the backhand. I'm not really watching the match. Let me pay more attention to the match, but I'm glad you guys are joining in. 40-30 for Andreeva here early. Some close games for both the players' opening service games. Good crafty play from Andreeva. Anisimova, not the fastest player around. That is for sure. I reckon Andreeva is definitely quicker than Anisimova. That is going to be a factor. I mean, Andreeva, I think, has been playing some of the best tennis we've seen in a long time, to be frank. Backhand down the line. Forehand now cross court from Anisimova. Backhand cross court. Anisimova is a fantastic shot. I really think at full flow, she has one of the best backhands on tour, Anisimova. I have a good feeling about her taking the first set. We'll see what happens after that, and we'll see if she manages to do that. But I kind of have a good feeling about that. Her starting off the week. Good. I know we're a little bit into the match, but let me know if you have a certain prediction or opinion about how this match is going to go. Also, let me know, especially if you have a strong opinion about it, let me know, is Andreeva going to win another WTA 1000 this week? So the thing about Nisimova's shots, though, they can be hit or miss. She goes for another big backhand. That one misses wide. So what else was happening that was interesting in tennis today? Why am I going blank now, which is the worst time to go blank on stream where I'm supposed to be talking about tennis? Korda beating Tsitsipas. That was cool. I'm hoping that he keeps that up. Musetti playing really well again. Dimitrov against Karine Khachanov with a great victory. Karine has been to the semis here before. I remember that well. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Shapo getting the win in 3 sets. That was yesterday night. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I'm really hope that Sebastian Korda proves himself. Like I'm hoping that he starts to fulfill his potential, because I would be really sad about Korda not fulfilling his potential. I mean, more than almost any other player that I've seen. I mean, he would be such a good player. For American tennis, like greedily, I honestly big time for American tennis, but also just for tennis. Like I think he's a great addition to the tour. He's so fun to watch, and I think that hasn't been fully realized yet, at least consistently at the top of the game. And I really hope that he can be a top 10 player. Djokovic said after Adelaide, their match in Adelaide, when Korda had championship point and Djokovic put away an overhead down championship point, he said, this guy's going to be top 10 this year. Well, he hasn't even been close to the top 10 since then in any of the years since. By the way, Andreeva holds, so we are at 1 game apiece. Yeah, I'm hoping Korda can figure that out. You might be right. Have a feeling Anisimova gonna annoy Andreeva. That's what I think too. Yeah. Steph is gonna get ready. Steph is getting ready for Monte Carlo. Yes, he doesn't like the Sunshine Devil, and then he performs so well in Monte Carlo. Like he literally just could not give like a crap about the month of March in tennis. Like even I honestly don't even think it says that much about Tsitsipas. Also, Korda's great, but I think it doesn't even say that much about Tsitsipas because he's never done well here. Like I don't know if he's ever been past the quarters at either Miami or Indian Wells. So Anisimova with a serve here at love 15. Right, 15 love. Serve kicked into the back end of Andreeva. It's in the net. 30 love. Emma 5-1 up. Is she? That's another story that I love to see, because people were saying things about Raducanu, and I would love to see her prove them wrong a little bit. Kessler is a great draw for her. She's about to win that set 6-1. Breadstick. Raducanu looking for another run at the U.S. Open. What I hope doesn't happen is she just wins Miami, not like barely losing sets like she did at the U.S. Open, and then she once again falls off the face of the earth. Patterns are a real thing, in tennis. But I hope that she does something else and not that. Yeah, wow, breadstick for Emma Raducanu. Who does she have next if she wins that? Andreeva gets the Anisimova gets the hold. Andreeva is called out for the trainer, I think. She was talking to the umpire about something. I didn't know what it was, but apparently she's called for the trainer here. So hopefully Andreeva is good. I mean, she's been playing a lot of tennis. I hope she's healthy, because that would be a big bummer. And that is going to be really hard to pull through against a player the leagues of Anisimova. How are you doing, Max? Good to see you. How are you doing, MJ? Emma kind of gets hot sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, but I hope that she, starts like always being at her best. Like that would be a great thing for tennis, right? I hope so. Ooh, okay. So Raducanu playing the winner of this one. So winner of Anisimova and Andreeva, 17th and 11th seeds, taking on the winner of Raducanu and Kessler. So that's a great match no matter who plays. But essentially Raducanu versus Andreeva, if Andreeva is healthy, that would be a great match. Thank you for updating about Emma. Emma Baguette, yep. 29 minutes, crazy. Baguette. Absolutely. I think it's only a baguette if you're a French player. I think if you're from another nation, it's just a breadstick. Only the French players get the fancy one. Doing okay. I'm happy that Musetti won today. Yeah, same. It's one of my favorites. Hope you've been doing great, Anthony, and everyone. Yeah, I've had a good day so far. Thanks. Good day so far. Played tennis. Worked more on my film project for school. Now I'm streaming. All's good on my end. But yeah, Andreeva's getting seen by the trainer, so I hope she's okay. I hope Carlos can recover quickly. Is Carlos injured? I haven't heard anything like that. I don't think so. I just think mentally he's not there right now. Like he's just not at the place where he wants to be. I was saying this yesterday on stream. It's kind of a boring answer or boring opinion, but honestly, like Carlos was almost bound to have a stretch of time like this. And I say that because think about it. 3 years, he's had so much exponential growth. Like you could make the argument that every year has been better than the year before. You could make that argument. I'm not sure you would about last year compared to 2023, but he won 2 slams on 2 different surfaces. The year before that, he won 1. So you can make that argument. That regardless of whether you think that's true or not, which I'm not sure it is, but it's every year. Last 3 years, he's had great years. The year before that, exponentially growing his ranking. He got into the seeding position for Australian Open when he started the year at, I don't even know what, like outside the top 150 or even lower in the rankings. Beat Tsitsipas at the US Open, got to a major quarterfinal. And then 2022, 2023, 2024 were all fantastic years. He's had small periods of like worry during that time, particularly post Cincinnati US Open 2023 to Indian Wells 2024. That was a notable period. But really, Carlos he recovered from that really quickly. And even during that period, he was still doing pretty well. Like he was bound to get a period where he's actually like, people are actually worried. So if you think about it, he's had 3 great years in a row where he's won a slam every single year. I think it was this was kind of a thing was bound to happen for somebody who's just 21 years old. So it's a boring answer, but if you're thinking about it realistically, I mean, like, I don't really know an argument to that. What I was saying on stream yesterday is if he goes into the US Open, I'm going as far as the US Open. If he's going into the US Open and he's still losing to players like Yuri Lehechka, David Goffin, then it's time to worry. If he loses at the US Open to a player like that, then it's time to worry. But until something like that happens, I'm just like, this is like a normal thing. Like he's finally being normal. And that's just true. I mean, if you have an argument against that, then let me know. But he's a great player, but he's not going to win, 1 slam and then 2 slams. Then the next year he's going to win 3 slams. Next year he's going to win 4 slams. Maybe he is going to do those things, but he's not going to only have positive things happen. And he's not like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just the way of things. I mean, people compare Alcaraz to Federer, and we're saying like Alcaraz is going to dominate like Federer, but Federer and Sinner, for one, like they started dominating, and Djokovic, they all started dominating at 23, 24 years old. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if Alcaraz is going to do that, but if he is, he'd be way ahead of schedule. All right, 30 love here for Andreeva. I'm going to try focusing a little bit more on this match here because that is why I'm doing the stream. 30 love here at 1-2, but nothing of note happening yet outside of a few close games to start us off early. It's a good serve from Andreeva. I think that's one of the biggest things she's improved. She really needed to work on that serve big time, I think. When I was looking at her, before she made that Roland Garros semi last year, I was thinking, she looks so complete. Her stroke production is like flawless. She She's good defensively. She's good offensively. It's like, what does she need to work on? I was like, it's a lot of the little things. It's like improving everything a little bit. And then it's also the serve. And she's done that, and she just looks great. I mean, if she keeps going how she is, she could be unstoppable. So 2-2 as Anisimova hits a shot out. I hope Carlos can redeem himself for the French Open and Wimbledon. Yes. You know who actually is worrying, though, Max, is Medvedev. Medvedev lost to Munar 6-2, 6-3. That is not a regular loss. He needs to get a coach. That is not Gilles Simon. He needs to get a coach that has been on the tour and has played some of the best players ever and plays a more and understands and knows a more offensive style that Medvedev needs to adapt his game to. Not Gilles Simon, but a more offensive style that makes him so that he can play Sinner and Alcaraz more effectively, so that he can improve his return position, so that he doesn't have to rely increasingly, especially against Sinner and Alcaraz, who are attacking all over the court and hitting ridiculous angles every shot, even from difficult positions, where he doesn't need to, from both wings. It's like where he doesn't need to, where he can implement craft into his game and be more risky and step in, and where he doesn't have to rely on defense as he's done amazingly as a 6'6" guy since, now that he's like 29 years old. So, I mean, now when he gets to 32, 33 years old, you would think at 6'6", it's going to be nearly impossible for him to defend, if not literally, who knows, but to defend the way he's done his whole career. So he needs to get a coach, and then hopefully, I don't know about I don't know if he's going to win Monte Carlo, but going into the North American hardcourt swing, I hope that he can figure something out. Anisimova making a lot of unforced errors here. She hits a backhand long. It's love 40 here, so this is the first real big moment of the match. Backhand. It's going to go out. 3-2. I think Clay, how's it going, Sean? I think Clay will help Carlos get his form back because you have to rally on Clay. He's been spraying it a bit lately. Yeah, I don't know. If I was to make a prediction, I think he might win Madrid, but I don't know if he's going to win anything else. That's kind of my guess. But I think I made a prediction at the start of the year that I'm actually feeling good about. I think at the start of the year, I was thinking about the fact that, man, Carlos has had 3 great years in a row. It might be time for him to really kind of, drop back a little bit and start, having to figure things out and fixing things up a little bit. He's also changed different things. Like he's changed his serve. He is spraying balls, which I agree with you, Sean. And he's made his racket, a little bit less light. Because he felt like when he was returning big serves, the racket was shaking a bit because the racket was almost comically light. Almost like a junior racket Carlos was playing with, which I like. I mean, I like playing with light rackets too. I don't know, something about it just when I'm holding a heavy racket, it feels like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it feels like I don't have as much control of things, but everybody has their own way of liking it. So, but yeah. Okay, I'll stay on stream. I'm done working today. Hey, nice. Anthony looks different. Okay. Well, I did just play tennis, so that's why. Is it a different haircut looking good? I mean, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nope, I'm just sweaty. I'm just sweaty and tired. New haircut. No, it's not. I think it looks like this because I just play tennis. And it looks different, but I haven't been on in a hot minute. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done anything differently, but I'm glad I look good, I guess. Come on, Anisimova. These players get younger and younger, 100%. People are freaking out about Fonseca on the men's side. We got Andreeva on the women's side. And, yeah, and then there are other great young players. Anisimova won a Masters. Draper won a Masters. Menzik is amazing, and people don't seem to really care as much about those players, but they're fantastic. Emma is still young too, Raducanu. She's killing it right now, so. And now my clients are born in 2000, it makes me feel old. Well, that's me. I'm born in 2000, and yeah, I mean, it's just the way of things, right? But it's like, I think I think the year being in a new millennium really is the one thing that makes people freak out even more than usual. I think they're like, man, like what is like, because people probably like people thought of like the 2015 as like the future, like big time, but it's especially because it's like new digits. It's like it's not just like when you're thinking in 1965 and you're thinking about 1989 or something. You're like, okay, but what 2000 and whatever, like, you know what I mean? I think it's that kind of a thing too. And Anisimova just spraying errors all over the court. 15-30 here. 15-30 here. Andreeva serving. We'll see if Andreeva can pull something together to break right back. It is Andreeva with the break up in this first set. I do really like both of these players. Anisimova was at one point my favorite player. I remember her just dismantling Coco Gauff at Wimbledon one year, and I was like, this girl plays unbelievable. And then she also obviously got to the Roland Garros semifinal. Another return error from Anisimova. It's often how she likes to play. It's kind of just like all or nothing. I think the all or nothing game style should be renamed the Panko style, the Ostapenko style, or Basilashvili. That's the biggest example of an all or nothing player I've ever seen in recreational, junior, challenger, or professional. He just happens to be like one of the most talented players in a minute. But so he actually makes like, I don't know, 65% of his shots in, but he goes for like all or nothing. Basilashvili is not talked about enough just because the way he plays is so ridiculous. That's a backhand out from Andreeva. She's not going to like all these errors. I do wonder if she's feeling unwell or if she's not at her 100%. We'll see as the match goes on. That I very much hope that she is physically there. Obviously, after the final of Indian Wells, she was talking about the fact that she didn't feel at 100% that final, and then she found a way through anyway. But I don't know if it's really quite the same thing here. She has played a lot of tennis. Backhand down the middle goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand Anisimova down the line to winner 3-3. Anisimova breaks back. Anisimova breaks right back. I don't like either, but I like Andreeva more a little. She has a fun personality, right? She's funny. I like the players that are very down to earth. Like they don't always say the things that you hear usually from players. It's like a Medvedev kind of person. I wasn't even thinking of that. They're from the same place, but from the same country. But Andreeva, I don't know. She's like, thank you to myself for fighting hard. Like, it's just those kind of things that you don't usually hear from players, but it's like, I don't know. If somebody else said it, then maybe people as a whole, I probably would find it fun anyway, but people as a whole might not generally find it fun, but she comes across so like likable and down to earth and funny that it just, I don't know. It's cool. It's good to have personalities in tennis, and she's one. So yeah, she does remind me of like Serena's personality, just watching back old clips. Serena very much like joking, and I don't know. They kind of remind me of each other in a certain way. Love 30 here. Anisimova, I feel like should take advantage of the fact that Andreeva doesn't really look like she's not at her 100% best. She might not be at 100% health. She's got to be making these shots here. I know it's not really how she plays, but she can't just be giving away gifts though, right? And that's just an absolute gift. It's March and Anisimova thinks it's Christmas. Love 40. Kessler retired. There you go. Raducanu is going to play the winner of this one. Kessler is a hell of a player. I hope that she's getting better. I saw her play Sabalenka last week in Indian Wells, and she was on quite a run. She's an underrated player. Ooh, big shot from Anisimova. Gets to 15-40. She's sticking to the game plan, going big. Oh no, for Kessler. Yeah, exactly. Anisimova took the break point. Yeah, we'll see if Andreeva can get the break overall or if Anisimova can save him. It's going to be a second serve here at 15:40. 2 minutes away from the half-hour mark. Backhand goes to the forehand of Anisimova, going behind Andreeva. It's a great shot. Let's go Anisimova. Amanda with a big forehand, 30-40. I'm glad I called this one. I knew I was going to watch it anyway. I was very interested in this one. Very interested. It's always interesting when two recent Masters 1000 champions go up against each other. I just really like both of these players. Backhand goes to the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand Andreeva goes to backhand Anisimova. What shot inside out. Andreeva with a great defensive slice. Anisimova playing with the sidelines. Some fantastic defense from Andreeva. Anisimova had the open court down the line. She goes cross, trying to build out the point a little bit. Forehand. She goes behind Anisimova, behind Andreeva. Their names are too similar. And she hits a winner. They're not that similar, but they start on A-N and they end on And Anisimova, Andreeva. Was it 4 syllables and 5 syllables? Anyway, they're at least like, I have a little bit of an excuse that I can make up. All right, deuce serve here. It's going to be wide. I like Amanda's playing style. Yeah, I love watching her backhand. You guys need to cover more WTA matches. 100%. My problem is that I can only watch them on like when they're shown on Tennis Channel. But I should cover them more when they're shown. Wow. Hell of a return from Andreeva there. Let me see that again. All right, we got add out. WTA players are more exciting than the ATP ones, I think. I think that's valid. I mean, at the moment, yes. I mean, I think ATP is going to be getting better over the next, like, I think it's in a weak spot, but I think it's like, it's getting better. I mean, honestly, whatever you think of Sinner, I mean, his game playing style is very exciting when he goes up against Alcaraz, for example. Like, I think Sinner getting back and then Draper and Fonseca and Menzik all finding their places to where they need to be, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think this time next year, the ATP is going to be in an amazing place. But yeah, right now, I think the WTA is better. Smash of Anisimova is clutch. She gets up to it. Deuce. Good stuff. I thought I heard Casper. Yeah, Casper's still in the tournament, and the men's side is open. The men's side is open. He's playing Tabilo today. That could actually be kind of tough. Ooh, net cord. Anisimova doesn't get lucky. It goes back on her side, so another break point for Andreeva. All right, here we go. Serve, Anisimova, big point. He's not making first serves in this game. That's often the downfall for players getting broken, like the biggest factor, which I guess is obvious, but yeah, speaks for itself. Forehand chip goes to the forehand of Anisimova down the line. Backhand. Andreeva is a lob way up behind Anisimova. Backhand. Oh, why'd she go cross? She should have went down the line. Backhand down the middle. Andreeva doesn't put away the forehand, hits in the net. I don't know. My tendencies maybe are a little bit aggressive, or at least to finish out the point earlier, but it might be a fault on my part or the way I think, to maybe a little bit impatient. Sometimes it's smart if you're not as confident, you can build out the point. You can even get your opponent tired for like the next point too. If you feel confident, you can win the point. And that is a short point there. Andreeva clearly frustrated. Hitting her racket against the court. Advantage here to Andreeva. Regardless, Anisimova is now in a winning position here, but still not out of this game. Backhand that's going to go out from ANDREEVA. So ANISIMOVA holds. Or 3. Good stuff from ANISIMOVA. ANDREEVA getting frustrated. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to get some water. Come on, Amanda, take this game. See what she can do. Elan Badoza is going to be a good match. Yes. I don't think she can win a Grand Slam with that style. Penko did, though. Ostapenko did. Madsen Keys doesn't hit the ball very soft either. So anything can happen, but I think that's fair. I mean, you want to be, I don't know. Oh, I got scared for a second. I saw somebody retiring. I wasn't sure what it was. It's Ela against Raducanu. Not Ela. Kessler, not Ela. Ela did not retire. Kessler against Raducanu. Yeah. Go Grizzlies. What is that? What do you mean, Lexi? My college mascot is Grizzlies. I don't think that's what you're talking about, but go Grizzlies. I'm reminiscing of Aga's unique playing style. Radwanska was one of my favorites. Radwanska and Kerber. I love the defensive, like, female tennis players that were just like Wozniacki, Kerber, Radwanska, not so defensive, but like crafty. Like Radwanska wouldn't smash the ball as hard as Serena on her forehand, generally. I was just reading like some amazing stats against Radwanska. Like I was looking, I found this article, closest players to win a golden set that weren't able to do so. ANDREEVA, by the way, here at 40 love, very quick service game. Let me call this point real quick, and then I'll see what I was going to say about Radwanska and golden sets. Saw your shirt. Oh, there you go. Okay. I was not self-aware. I just gained self-awareness. Backhand goes to forehand chip of ANDREEVA. Backhand down the line. Forehand ANDREEVA. ANDREEVA holds 4-4. No, what I was going to say about Radwanska is that one point she won the first 20 points of a set. She got to 5-0 without losing a point. But then she ended up winning the set 6-1. A different time, she lost a set, only losing 2 points, I think, total. So Radwanska was one of the best at winning, like almost not losing any points in a set. I think also I saw Steffi Graf at one point won a set while losing only 2 points, which makes sense. She won a Grand Slam final 6-0, 6-0 in 32 minutes. So it tracks. All right, 4-4, big moments of this match. Anthony, it's pronounced as Iyala. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I have the just default stupid American way of saying things. Iyala. Okay. That's cool. I like that. Iyala. Thank you for the correction. I wonder who will win, Osaka or Paolini. I've got Osaka, but let's see. I think Osaka's got the upset. Paolini's not been winning a whole lot. Neither has Osaka, but I don't know. I guess I like both about the same, but I think I'd take Osaka. Reminiscing of Aga's unique playing style. Wasn't a fan of either Greek or Badoza, but when they started dating, I like them now. Interesting. Is Paolini aggressive? Not in my opinion, but she's not aggressive. I mean, she's a little aggressive, but she's not. There are players much more aggressive than her. I would not put her in the aggressive category, even though she definitely, that's a big part of her game. Backhand goes out from Andreeva. So 30 love for Anisimova. We got very close games at the start of the set, and now just easy holds for either player. Forehand down the middle, backhand. And Anisimova cross court to the backhand slice of Andreeva is a drop shot. Anisimova gets there, but hits it long. 30-15. And I like that shade of green of your shirt. Hey, thanks. Yeah, the college that I go to, this is a shirt from my college. And the whole campus is like so green. They have a tennis facility actually like half a mile away from the college. And it's so like it used to be a different, like it used to be a facility just owned by the city, but the college bought it. And the whole thing is so like the whole thing is just so green. Everything is green. The staircase is green. The courts are green. But it's cool. It's nice that my college has like tennis courts. The tennis club that we play is over there. So, but yeah, that's why the shirt is what it is, because the school is so green. 30 all here. 4-4. Can Andreeva break? Let's see. I prefer green to like the stupid. I don't like the colors of the new Miami courts. I don't like anything about the Miami courts. The colors just really brush me the wrong way. It's like really badly contrasting shades of blue. I just really don't like it. Everything about Key Biscayne I like more than Miami now in the Hard Rock. Just honestly, that's another error from Anisimova. I mean, she's really just beating herself at times. I mean, her play style has lended to some winners too, but she's just going for it. I'm not sure she needs to the extent that she is, because Andreeva, I don't think, has really brought it. But break point for Andreeva anyway. Second serve to work with as well, which helps. First serves, not getting enough first serves in Anisimova. Backhand, that's a great second serve, though. Skidded through the court. Low over the net. Good net coverage. Like, I feel like Anthony watches the series Dexter. Nope. I'm currently watching Sopranos. I just also, similarly, I'm currently in the middle of Goodfellas, which I can't believe I've never seen before. That's one of the biggest movies I've never seen. I just have never gone around to it. But that's really good. Goodfellas. I mean, so many iconic moments and lines and memes and scenes that I just didn't really attribute to the movie. That's one of the fun things about living in the 21st century is like watch it, like looking at random big cultural things and being like, that's where the meme is from. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fun thing about watching movies now is like, oh, that's where that meme is from. Like, especially if you don't look for it, you just happen to find it. Andreeva missing her own shot. So kind of got an unforced error fest in this first set, honestly. I mean, big time, really. Unforced error fest from both players. I've never seen Dexter, though. Is it good? Didn't they just come out with like a new series or like season or something, like for the first time in a while? I know that people always say the series finale sucked. That's one I've never gone around to. I'm not a huge fan of gore. I don't hate it. Like I can stomach it for the most part, but it's okay. But it's like it's not my go-to. I'm not a huge fan of gore. Although I could watch it. I mean, I'll watch Dexter eventually. I don't mind gore, but it's just not my favorite. Like I wasn't a huge fan of Walking Dead either, for example. Serve ANISIMOVA, backhand of Andreeva, forehand goes the forehand of Andreeva, backhand up high. ANISIMOVA with the forehand cross score. Andreeva, great defense. ANISIMOVA looking to hold. Andreeva with a slice, defending beautifully. That goes out. Some fantastic defense from Andreeva. So we're back to deuce. I'm gonna make improve the lighting here because it is so dark. It is so dark right now. All right, I reckon that's a lot better. All right, deuce. Let there be light. It's a backhand out from ANISIMOVA. Series Succession has a nice theme song. I cannot get enough of Succession. Succession is probably my second favorite show of all time. I've watched it through twice. My parents recently watched it. I was watching episodes with them as they finished it. The show is incredible. I've constantly find myself rewatching that show. The writing is brilliant. It's unlike any other show I've seen. The characters are amazing. Unforced error count, by the way, 24 for ANISIMOVA, 11 for Andreeva. That's what I'm saying. Unforced error is central for both players. It's Andreeva with a break point now. Succession is amazing. It also has my favorite theme song of all time. Either Succession or Code Lyoko. Backhand Andreeva goes cross-court. Backhand ANISIMOVA, who hits it in the net for the umpteenth time. Another backhand unforced error. ANISIMOVA beating herself because Andreeva is not at her best, but at all. Andreeva not making first serves, hitting so many unforced errors. What do you mean? I'm funny? Like I'm a clown? Like I amuse you? Yeah, like that. I'd heard that reference before, and what a great scene, by the way. It makes sense that that's so famous because it's such a weird moment in the movie. Like, I don't know. I like movies that break the mold and influence other movies and stuff. And it's like that kind of a moment. I guess this movie and Scorsese movies in general add so much personality and flair, kind of like Tarantino to his own style of movies, but like to gangster films. It's really cool. No, I know. I know. I'm funny like a clown. Yeah, there's a great YouTube channel called Hive Mind that I don't know if you guys know them, but they talk about music and a lot of other stuff. But they referenced that scene at one point, and I was like, man, Goodfellas. I was like, I need to watch Goodfellas. I'm sure that it's been referenced so many times around me, and I just didn't get the references. I've seen Godfather, but yeah, Goodfellas was one I just had not seen. I watched Dexter because of the gore. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's just not. Sometimes I like it, but it's just not my favorite. Like I like Game of Thrones. I think the gore really helped in GOT. I think gore helps in a lot of places. Like I don't mind gore, but when it's like excessive, like every episode, and it's like almost reliant on it, or at least it's reliant on a plot in the plot, like the plot relies on there being a lot of gore. Not saying like as a bad thing, but it's just not my favorite series to watch in general. But that's not to say I don't like, you know what? That's basically it. Forehand ANISIMOVA down the line, back in Andreeva. Andreeva finding herself way back behind the baseline defending. She hits that out. Yeah, shout out to Hive Mind. They're a great YouTube channel. Very funny. If you're into music, Highly recommend checking out Hive Mind. Great channel. You can binge their videos all day. They're so ridiculous and funny. Andreeva hits a ball to the back out of anger. Because yeah, I mean, she's missing shots. This is not how she played against, you know, Sabalenka and Swiatek last week. She's not at 100%, and that's kind of what we're getting now. I do wonder if Anisimova is going to like take it down a notch to, you know, with some of her shots, give her a little bit more margin. That's a huge return to serve from Anisimova. She doesn't do that there, but she wins the point. About 40. A lot of break points for both players already and a lot of breaks. Backhand Anisimova big to the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand of Anisimova goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand. Backhand inside out. What a huge shot from Anisimova. That backhand is an absolute weapon when it gets going. I mean, I love watching Anisimova's game. Her backhand is amazing. Anisimova stepping up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really have a bad feeling about Andreeva here. She's not playing at her best at all. And Anisimova is going to sense that. She's going to sense weakness, and that's not potentially be a very bad thing for Andreeva. I mean, if Anisimova gets down on her unforced error count, which can definitely happen, she's at like 40 unforced errors. Seriously, she's at like 28 or something. So she can just get down on that number, like big upset alert here. So right now we're about even. So let's see what happens. Backhand down the line goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand goes to forehand. Ooh, it's a good pass from Andreeva. 15-all. I'm not necessarily saying Anisimova needs to change up her whole game. Like, maybe she should keep going for it. But my point is that if she's hitting so many unforced errors, I'm not saying, hey, start playing like Wozniacki, but I'm just saying, like, you know, just basic stuff. Just, like, maybe play a little bit differently than you're used to or what your game plan was. And, like, let Andreeva hit some great shots like that last one. Anisimova should have had a better approach, to be fair. But, you know, like put 10% more margin on the shots, 15% more margin, just see what happens. Because Andreeva is not there how I'm sure Anisimova expected her to be. But, I mean, this game she's hitting through her shots, hitting big, and it's working well so far. So, see what happens. 3-15. It's a great forehand strike to set that swinging volley up. Often when you have a winner at the net, it's the initial shot that set up the winner at the net that you have to look at. And it wasn't that case. Forehand goes to the backhand. Anisimova is a great shot cross court. Backhand to the forehand of Andreeva, and she missed it. That's the kind of point I want Anisimova to play. That was perfect. First serve, and then just great solid shots. And Andreeva missed a shot she doesn't usually miss. Plays more points like that, kind of like the last 2 points, really. She could win this match. If Anisimova plays like she did those last 2 points. So I'm not saying like Wozniacki defense, but, you know, just a little bit more margin. If Andreeva hits a great shot, then good for her. But I think at this point, you shouldn't expect Andreeva to be playing at the level she's been playing the last. She's been playing in February and March so far. .52 minutes into the match, and Anisimova still has a game point. Backhand, Anisimova big down the line. It's a ridiculous shot. That backhand is a weapon. Andreeva hit a really tough to return a serve, and it didn't matter. 6-5 for Anisimova, who took the big risk down the line. Not listening to me whatsoever. Just keep going with the aggressive shots. That was a smart choice, I think, to take the risk. I mean, in hindsight's 2020. Now that she made it, I can say that. But it was going to be tough to find her way back into the court. She kind of had to go for something big there. If Anisimova keeps, playing at the level that she played to win the WTA 1000 in Dubai, was it? And even how she's hitting the back end right now, like I still feel she's a player that can win a slam at some point. I hope that we see that come to fruition. So far this decade, we've had what American women have won slams? Coco, Sophia Kenin, right? Like at literally the first slam of the decade. Serena hasn't won a slam this decade, right? I think her last one was in like 2017, 2018, maybe 2018. Yeah, Sophia Kenin, 2020 Australian Open. Then 2020 French Open finalist. And since then, she hasn't even been to a quarterfinal, which is really a strange record for any player. Yeah, I mean, Anisimova, one of the players I could at least see have slam winning potential. Forehand cross court, backhand. Andreeva goes to the backhand slice of Anisimova. Andreeva backhand down the line, forehand Anisimova cross court. What a rally of the match so far. Forehand Andreeva misses it long. What a point from both. But felt like Andreeva was putting like 10% more energy, and she's already very quick to the line here. Felt like Andreeva was putting like 10% more energy into that point. Like she really wanted a strong start to the game, but Anisimova just not playing just good offense, but good defense as well. Trust me on that. The clear frustration from Andreeva. What I hope doesn't happen is I hope that Anisimova doesn't win this game and then Andreeva retires. And I could see that happening. I don't know if Andreeva is really feeling that badly, but her game is definitely playing as if she is feeling something. As far I think. I could always be wrong. That goes out from Andreeva. She's really rushing here too to get to the lines. Love 30. Almost like Anisimova trying to, take a breath here, knowing how big the moment is. Andreeva is rushing to the line. First serve into the net. Seems like she's really rushing. Backhand goes out from Anisimova. Still going for it. Sloan. No, that was last decade, though. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, within the last 10 years. That's right. But trying to think in the 2020s, right? What I think that's it for the American players. Unless I could be forgetting somebody. Forehand down the line is a great shot, 30-all. And on the men's side, we've had nobody. We've had no American men win a slam since 1967. No, I'm just kidding. But since 2003, which feels, that's as long as I've been watching tennis. The first tennis match I ever watched live on TV was the last time that an American man reached a slam final before Fritz did at the U.S. Open last year. Backing down the line, Anisimova, Andreeva somehow, she misses it long. And 30-40, it's a set point for the American. Anisimova with a set point. 57 minutes in. It's not been a pretty set, to be honest. But Anisimova could end up the victor here of the set. Big moment, obviously. Serve from Andreeva. Goes to the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand of Andreeva. Up high to the backhand of Anisimova. Hitting through it. Backhand to backhand. Andreeva redirects to the forehand. Oh, Anisimova goes for the big forehand down the line, but she misses it just wide. She had that shot too, I'm not going to lie, but not a bad shot attempt. Knowing Anisimova, it was probably the right shot. Like, she could have made that. I think maybe more comfortable hitting a backhand on the line winner from just about that tough of a position, but she could have made it. Big ace from Andreeva, clutch when she needs it. That serve is not just better now, but it's awesome. I mean, her serving has been amazing. I mean, just big serves, great serves. That one was 160 miles per hour. According to the stat on the screen. Don't be greedy, Anthony. You had the Williams sisters. No, I know. We had the Bryans in doubles. Backhand goes out, 6-6. Well, no. So, like, in the 90s, everybody was American on the men's side. Every player in the top 100 was American. Like, 35 of the top 100 players were American. It was nuts. It really might not be that far off from that number. I mean, a lot of the top 100 were American. And then in this century, it's not been that way. I mean, now we have like 15 in the top 100. We've got like 20 players in the top like 125, which is amazing. Something like that. But yeah, I don't know. All right, we're going to a tiebreaker. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win it? What's going to be the score? I'm taking Anisimova. I'm taking Anisimova 8-6. I'll take Anisimova 8-6. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I mean, we've had on the women's side, yeah, we've had the Williamses, and I still think Coco is going to win more slams, to be honest. I don't think she's going to win 23 of them, but I think she's going to win more. I don't think she's going to win 7 either, although you never know. I think she's going to win more. Andreeva really rushing, which is not a good sign. She's at 0-2 here. She's really trying to. She's reminded me a lot of Steffi Graf as she's been coming up and rising up the tour. And now she's really reminding me of her. She's taking 0.2 seconds between serves. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand Anisimova. Backhand slice Andreeva goes to the forehand and Anisimova cross court. Forehand of Anisimova. That's a big backhand swing from Andreeva, and important too. You know, it's a sign of a great player is that some of their Andreeva's best shots often come under pressure. I mean, pressure is a great thing if it's managed and used the right way. It really is. Like it's a privilege. Pressure is a privilege. It's true. The greats can use it that way and see it that way. And that's a good sign that Anisimova is able to do that. Forehand, backhand of Anisimova. Andreeva defending, forehand cross court. Forehand Andreeva, she misses it. Slams a racket onto the court. 3-1. I don't mind the racket smashes. It shows she cares, you know. Anisimova at 7-5, okay. I'm going 8-6. I never mind racket smashes. People make such a big deal about it. Like, I understand, yeah, you don't want to make a bad message to kids. Obviously, there's the safety issue, but as long as people aren't stupid about it, it shouldn't be that big of a safety issue, honestly. Oh, what a forehand return from Anisimova. 3-2. Honestly, I think racket smashes are, like, audiences like them, you know? And that's like it's one of the main things. Like, it helps the players, like, to let out emotion. Like, yeah, I understand. Like, it's not a good thing to show to kids, especially because kids can't just buy another racket. Like, I get it, but honestly, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know. I almost wonder if there shouldn't be a racket abuse thing. I almost wonder if there should only be a racket abuse thing if you are, like, unsafe about the racket smash, and maybe it should be like a more serious warning then. But unless it's that, I don't know. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I almost wonder if there shouldn't be a racket abuse warning because crowds like it. You know, the same time as the ATP Tour is, like, making warnings for racket abuse, they at the same time, like, you know, Tennis TV and ATP Tour and stuff are always, like, making fun, like, compilations of most epic racket smashes and, like, romanticizing it. So it's like you can't have it both ways. You really can't. Like, they literally work in contrast to each other. You can't have it both ways. Backhand of Andreeva, gets a good shot down the line. Anisimova broke there at got mini break at 3-2. I prefer racket smashes. Players complaining loads to the umpire. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get the emotion out with the racket smash. That's how I feel too. I think most people feel that way. I mean, I just being honest, like that's not. I don't know. People make too big of a deal about them. Backhand, and Anisimova misses it 4-4. Andreeva doing well to just kind of hold on by a string in the set, looking to steal the first set, really. It's been a messy, messy first set. It's been a messy set of tennis. I'm not going to lie. Serve. Anisimova goes to the forehand of Andreeva. That's a bad return. That's not a return you want to miss like that. 5-4 Anisimova. It was always going to be close, right? Hour and 4 minutes. I don't know. These are the tense moments that I really enjoy, though, in a tennis match. Like, I enjoy it. There's no timer, right? I mean, this tiebreaker could theoretically go on forever, but somebody really pretty much has to win it because they're going to get tired if it goes on forever. And people have places to be. Forehand, cross court goes to the forehand of Andreeva. That's going to go out. 6-4 for Anisimova. Andreeva again rushing to get this next ball. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, to Quality Shot Tennis if you have not subscribed yet. 6-4. It's a great serve from Andreeva, placed perfectly. 6-5. This is a moment of truth. This moment needs or would really want to make a first serve in. That first serve at times has deserted her pretty much late into this first set, so she's got to make one here. I feel like that would help immensely. Andreeva's already made some good first strike returns in this tiebreaker. She's got to make that first serve. And then, I mean, I don't mind her going for a shot. I mean, sometimes I think that racket head speed actually adds a little bit of safety, especially because Anisimova is used to playing that way. Anisimova return, forehand swing from Anisimova is a winner. Inside out, great shot from Anisimova. She takes the first set 7-6. My prediction was that Anisimova is going to win the first set, and then Andreeva comes back in sets 2 and 3. I think initially I said 4-6, 6-2, 6-4. We'll see what happens. Anisimova with the first set. She's trying to beat Andreeva in her what would be her first loss since whatever tournament she played before Doha, right? Or before Dubai. It would be let's see. Yeah, in Doha against Shramkova. All right, let me know what you guys think. Is Andreeva going to run away with it? All right, I'll take a quick break, but I'll be back for this second set. Second set's underway. It's low 15 for Anisimova as Andreeva hits the serve. Lob from Andreeva, defending. Backhand of Andreeva. Goes to the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand to drop shot. Andreeva is a very good one. Good touch from Andreeva, so 15-all. Could be something Andreeva is going to implement more in the second set to shorten the points. I think maybe she doesn't want to run too much, and then either way, it would be a good way to stop Anisimova from, well, switching it up for one, so Anisimova doesn't really know what to expect, and also just giving her less looks, especially, well, off both wings. I mean, Anisimova is hitting great shots, but I mean, that backhand especially, I felt like it's been tough, but I mean, Andreeva maybe is struggling a little bit more to get the width of shot and hitting angles off the court to make Andreeva defend off the backhand wing. And because her shots are not penetrating as much or it's difficult to deal with, I think Andreeva is really not having a hard time defending on her backhand side. Like, she's already able to be very aggressive almost every time with her backhand. Like, if Andreeva was able to attack more that backhand wing effectively, like, I don't know, she wouldn't, she'd maybe feel a little bit better in this matchup right now. Backhand crosses that. Hell of a rally here. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand Anisimova, highest level rally of the match, and it's Andreeva who wins it with a big backhand cross court. Apologizes for the net cord, but it's a great shot. They're showing top 10 before turning 18 in the last 30 years. I wish that, why last 30 years? Just to show the whole, just always. But Andreeva, Vaidisova, Sharapova, Serena, Kornikova, who never won a title, but is a great player, Venus, and Hingis. Okay. But I don't know why. I mean, like, it's like, why are we invalidating players that played before more than 30 years ago? It's like in 2056, this right now is not going to count. Like, screw Swiatek. Definitely forget about, Serena and Venus and Graf. Like, forget about it. They're like 40 years ago. Like, what? Like, think about 2056. It's like, oh yeah, we don't count those, but we're not talking about Swiatek. She was like, that was too long ago. It's like, what? It's like a little thing, but it's like, why, like, literally why? It's the answer is obvious. It's to have a smaller number of players. You can show it more easily on screen. It's more accessible. It's more people that play, more players that people already know. But hey, how about we show people the truth? People don't care about the truth anymore. That counts for a lot of things. I don't know. I just think it's silly, but it's fine. Smash from Anisimova is very good. Good elevation to get up there. Good bit of athleticism. Backhand to drop shot from Anisimova. Andreeva can't get there. Interesting. Sorry about that camera issue. So now, I mean, both players implementing drop shots. Anisimova with 2 in a row. Trying to make an Andreeva run. Another thing about the drop shot is it stops your opponent from hitting a drop shot. Forehand. I think that just misses from Anisimova. It does, 30-all. Nice to see Korda reaching the 4th round. He's reached a few semis in the Masters 1000. Yeah, I agree with you, Max. I mean, he's a player that I would love to see get to a final of the Masters. I think he's deserving of it. I think he's super talented. And I think anybody who's watched him play he's very memorable, right? And I think people remember how cleanly he hits the ball. And he's a very complete player. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, every now and again, he plays a great tournament. Like you said, he's reached a couple of semis at Masters level. And was at end of like 2023, he had a pretty good run there of a few tournaments, but last year it just kind of fell away from him. He's done pretty well on grass courts, I think, last year too, but I don't know. He's been inconsistent. He needs to have that winning edge about him, stay consistent. Svitolina winning in 3 sets over Muhova. Swiatek taking out Mertens in what was actually a pretty close match. Swiatek lost to Alexandrova last year easily, and I thought Alexandrova's performance was one of the best performances I'd seen in a minute. Like, I thought Alexandrova played like the best tennis I'd seen by somebody ranked outside the top 20 like this century. Like, she played out of her mind against Swiatek. Like, just that performance actually reminded me of a Dimitrov against Alcaraz last year. Like, both them, like in the quarterfinals, I think, of Miami, like both of those performances were so memorable. I was going to phase on. Anisimova has literally got the power. I said, all right. I mean, yeah, you're making the song. Usually it's Max who's making the song reference. Faison has Faison's stealing your thunder, Max. Yeah, Anisimova is. I'm just thinking of that song. I've got the power, but yeah, Anisimova. I mean, the first set was an unforced error fest from both players, but when Anisimova's shots are on, it's on. It's very like Ostapenko-like, but I feel like Anisimova, her backhand is fantastic. When she's playing well, I think Anisimova consistently, when she's playing well, not even like amazing, like not even her best, but when she's playing well, her backhand is like one of the best on tour. I'm not saying it's like top 3, but it's one of the best backhands on tour. Yeah. All right, 1540. It's a couple of game points for Andreeva. Still fighting in the second set. Anisimova looking for the upset. 2 Masters 1000 champions going at it. Actually, WTA 1000s, I should say. 40-30. It is the first meeting between these two. It's not going to be the last. I mean, hopefully both, as long as they both stay healthy. It should be a long and exciting rivalry, so always remember the first meeting. I mean, it's one that most people would assume Andreeva runs away with a little bit, but especially if Anisimova could get the win here, like you never know how things could happen. 40-15 turns to deuce. That's another error from Andreeva, and I don't know. She's not going to be happy with all the errors in her game. This would be massive for Anisimova, taking advantage now of Andreeva's errors all over the court. Yeah, it's a great shot. +1 from Andreeva, very aware of where Anisimova is on the court and what damage her serve did to get Anisimova off balance. Miro with the serve down into the body. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand slice of Andreeva. Backhand of Andreeva goes to the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand slice Andreeva. Now backhand slice Andreeva. Forehand Anisimova. Attacking, but she misses that one just long. 2-1 Andreeva. Andreeva holds. That was a tricky game. It shouldn't have been, but Andreeva made it tricky for herself, but she gets out of it 2-1. How would Emma match up with these two? I mean, Emma's been playing good tennis. I mean, I don't think either of these players is playing at the peak of their powers in this match. I mean, I think it should be a really exciting match. I mean, Emma has a very strong peak game. I mean, I was excited to see her fight out the win against Navarro. I think Navarro sold a little bit on the first set. Tiebreaker, like Navarro should have probably won the match against Raducanu. That first set really just got away from from Emma Navarro. But no, I mean, Raducanu is, when she's on, she's on. I think, I mean, similar game in a lot of ways to Anisimova, I would say. But I think, yeah, I mean, big shots all over the court. I think it would be pretty interesting, but I reckon Amanda is going to be more confident. So if it's Amanda, I would say that. If it's Andreeva, I back Andreeva's mental game so much more than Raducanu at the moment. So I would say Andreeva would feel happy. Also, she has another. I think Andreeva would probably play better than she has been so far today. I don't know if necessarily it will happen again that Andreeva. I mean, she's not playing terrible, but definitely not playing at the peak for power. So I don't think it would happen again. 2-1 in the second set. Hope Emma can win a Masters 1000. It would be exciting, yeah. It would be exciting because she's barely been getting to late stages of any tournament since the U.S. Open. So I would just love. I just want to see her in the quarterfinals. Like if she gets to the quarterfinals, that already would be very exciting. Andreeva missing, just giving Anisimova way too many gifts, honestly. 15 love. This match has been more unforced errors than winners. That's another one. 30 love. Will Andreeva find a way through this match again? She is on a win streak. Will she find a way through this match, or is Anisimova going to end the win streak? Anisimova has been a bit of a giant killer in her career. She could become a giant herself. I mean, she's already. I just imagined Anisimova just growing 10 sizes. No, but it's another return error from Andreeva, 40 love. No, but I mean, Anisimova just won her first Masters, and yeah, I mean now she's been as high as number 17 in the world. She's probably only going to get higher than that. So we'll see what happens. Hey, how's it going, Tilly? Long time no see. Go, Amanda. Let's go. Happy that Amanda won the Masters 1000. Yes, very excited about that. I am as well. The backhand slice into the net. And Andreeva just looks like she doesn't have that energy or that pep in her step here, really. She's kind of looked like almost like ill. I don't want to speculate. I didn't get too much from earlier what was happening with the person that visited her on the court, the trainer, but she's just not really looks herself. I don't know how much that's affected her game. Maybe it hasn't at all. Maybe it's just an off day, but certainly not her best. Starts off the game at 15 love, though. That's the first point. Andreeva misses the return. Or Anisimova misses the return. Backhand cross court. It's the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand of Anisimova. Again to the backhand of Andreeva. Way up high. Backhand to backhand rally. Drop shot. Andreeva. Backhand. Ooh, it's a great shot from Anisimova. It's an overhead. Andreeva's there. Ooh, what a shot. Drop shot now. Anisimova. Backhand cross court. That's a great defense to offense point from Andreeva. Great recovery from Andreeva. I mean, initially getting that lob up, then Anisimova should have done more at the overhead. Andreeva really able to scoop it low with the backhand, and Anisimova pointing to her head, clearly frustrated with that. Anisimova blasts a return winner on the next point, 30-15. She'll take that. What a return. Outrageous. That's like a baseball swing. It's a home run. Just smacked it. Backhand, forehand, Anisimova. Big. That forehand down the line is working wonders now. 30-all. Something in the water and Miami players dropping like flies. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, Ons and Anisimova. We've had different retires. Iyala. Or not Iyala. I keep saying that. Sorry. Kessler. Don't know why I'm mixing them up. Second time I did that. Kessler. It's an ace from Andreeva, so 40-30. Yeah, I mean, I hope. Wasn't there an issue like a couple weeks ago with like a tournament? Was it like Acapulco? Like players getting injured and ill all over the place, and it seemed to be due to food poisoning of food that was being served at the tournament. Like that's just like, hopefully it's not something like that. It's a backhand into the net from Andreeva, so we're at deuce. This would be very sweet for the American if she could get up a set and a break here. Especially because Andreeva was leading in this game. It's a good serve from Andreeva. Big, but also just high margin, pick her spot and hit it perfectly out wide. First serve points won, very high for both players. Andreeva's at 70%. Forehand of Andreeva. Just the backhand of Anisimova. It's the net cord. Goes in. Back to deuce. Andreeva really going for a lot of drop shots. She's just looking like she's like heavy breathing and just not really looking that fresh. Honestly. Like she looks pale in the face. It's the best way to put it. Deuce. It's a bad return miss from Anisimova, so advantage to Andreeva. Advantage to Mira Andreeva here. Forehand, Anisimova goes to the backhand side. It's a drop shot from Andreeva. It's a wicked one lob. Anisimova gets up there, but she can't quite get up there enough. And that's a game, very potentially important game, won by Andreeva. She gets up to 3-2 in the set. I don't know. This is like it's not looking great for Andreeva, but she's doing what she needs to stay ahead on the scoreboard in the set. So Anisimova won. She's winning so far. We'll see what happens. I don't know if you come from the future, but as far as I'm concerned, the match is still going. Djokovic now has record number of Masters 1000 victories. That was always going to happen. I'm almost surprised that Rafa was so close to Novak's number, because Rafa missed a lot of tournaments. He usually played the Masters though, and he did very well, very consistently in the Masters 1000s. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit shocked that I thought like if Novak had 411, I thought Rafa would be at like 385, 390 maybe. I was surprised that he's that close. Really because of the time off. But Anthony, what do you think who will win? I'm still going on Andreeva. There's just something about Mira that she just hasn't been losing a lot, and I don't think Anisimova is like playing her off the court completely. I think Andreeva wins, but I mean, at the moment, I mean, as long as she finishes the match, I don't know. It's kind of looking like Anisimova is going to win. I'm kind of stubbornly. I'll say Anisimova. I'll say Anisimova wins it, but I think Andreeva could come back. I don't think it's done by any means. The only reason I would say Anisimova wins, though, honestly, is if Andreeva really is just like almost unable to compete for like a full 3 sets. Like if it goes 7-5 in the third, she'd be like flat out like on the court. Like I just don't know how much she's willing to put in for this match. That's the only reason. And I kind of feel like that is the case, that I'm not sure she would be willing to go 7-5 in the third right now. If she is, then I still think Andreeva can win this. But yeah, I mean, even that returner serve, it just doesn't really look. I mean, Andreeva just threw her racket about a mile into the air. 40-15. So yeah, I'll say Anisimova wins it, but it's more to do with health than much else, I think. I mean, I don't know how much this is like a health issue, how much this is her having a bad day, who knows? But it's another error from Anisimova. 40-30. Hour and 31 minutes played so far. That's crazy. Actually, at 209 Masters 1000 victories, Andy Murray 230. Andy Murray with 21 more victories than Agassi even. Shows how good Murray was. Obviously, Masters only started around 1990, but Sampras and Agassi played their careers with like their whole careers with Masters, or almost full careers. I think Sampras won the U.S. Open the year that they installed Masters 1000s, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was his second slam. Could be wrong. I think that's right. Backhand cross court from Anisimova is big. She needed that one. Not too deep in the court, but a good enough angle on it, and so fast that it was just good enough. It was the down the line that set it up, and that one also wasn't too close to the lines. But if you hit a shot center of the strings and go for a target and you hit it, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be such a small target if you hit the ball really well. That's one of the biggest things to understand as a player, really. Forehand. And this Andreeva defending forehand, goes inside out. Andreeva's there. Oh, she might find a way out of this point. She does. No way. Anisimova falls on the ground because she can't believe Andreeva won that point. Andreeva running around the back of the court like a rabbit, fighting for every ball. She gets a deuce. Unreal. I mean, I don't know how Anisimova lets Andreeva out of that point. But, I mean, particularly her second to, or I guess third to last shot, or second to last shot that she hit in the court, right to Andreeva, when really she had so much time on the ball. And then the second forehand, the last shot she hit in the court, she just didn't hit it strong enough. I mean, really letting Andreeva off the hook. I mean, partly, I mean, Andreeva and Anisimova really played doubles to beat Anisimova in that point there. Forehand, that's in the net. I mean, that could end up being such an important point here. Break point, Andreeva. Mark that point down in your memory and just etch it down, because if Andreeva can find her way back in this match, that point might have been the most important point of the whole match. Point that Anisimova should have won all day. By the way, first getting that point too from Andreeva hit up the lob was impressive as well. Forehand slice. That stays in. Forehand inside out. Anisimova's got to be careful. Forehand down the line. Andreeva's there. Hits it down the middle. Anisimova overhead. She made it, right? Okay, she made it. But she's just, I mean, she was frustrated because she missed the overhead. But, I mean, a miss hit overhead left my heart in my mouth and probably just about everybody watching. Fully mishit that. I mean, that landed about a foot in front of the baseline. Andreeva says, I forget. Love it. I love it. It's more exciting when players wear their heart on their sleeve. Way more exciting. Forehand. It's in the net. Break point again for Andreeva. This game should have been over. Play on. Backing down the line for Anisimova. She missed it. No way. And Anisimova loses the game from I don't even know what to say. But she basically, it's like if somebody's climbing the mountain, climbing Mount Everest, and then they're like literally one step away from reaching the top of the mountain, and then they just like misstep, and then they just like completely just fall, and they never get to the top. Which is very morbid, actually, and dark. But luckily, that's not what happened. But Anisimova had the whole game right on her racket, and she just gave it right back to Andreeva. And remember that point where Andreeva does some amazing scrambling, puts up a lob way up high, short in the court. And Anisimova waits an eternity to let it drop, and it's a forehand right to Andreeva when she has the whole down the line open, and then just lets her back into the point. It was just a head-scratching point to lose, and it's why she lost the point right after that one, too. I went back to deuce again, but wow. 4-2, 15 love. Switch momentum. I love the no celebration from Mira as well. Backhand goes to the forehand of Anisimova because the job's not done. Anisimova's like, all right, celebrate when I win the match. Or when she feels better, I guess, if she is feeling unwell or not at 100%. 15 all. Serve forehand of Anisimova. That's a good serve from Andreeva. Serving has been quite good for Andreeva. Backhand, Andreeva down the line is good. 40-15. The score that I predicted when the match started was 4-6, 6-2, 6-4 Andreeva. See what happens. She's trying to get to 5-2. It's a double fault. I think it's her first of the match. I don't remember her double faulting before. 40-30. Is there going to be a twist in the plot here in this game? Don't think so. Let's see. Wow. Return miss from Anisimova, so 5-2 for Andreeva. He's really got to dig deep to fight here. She's up 5-2. Let's go. Let's go, Mira. 5-2. Let me know who you guys got if this goes to a third set. It's been a change of momentum. I rarely remember, honestly, a miss like that just immediately feeling so important for a match. Like the momentum's been, I mean, the first set was very topsy-turvy, but since about like 5-5, momentum has been like very much so with Anisimova. But yeah, or at least since like 4-4 in the first set tiebreaker, since like about that point, Anisimova has been like running with momentum. And yeah, just as soon as Anisimova lost that point, fall on the ground, it just felt like, how do you lose that point? Good scrambling again from Andreeva with the lob, then a drop shot, and she is playing better tennis, and she's a little bit more active with her feet as well. And the drop shots have worked. Clearly a game plan change early on in this set. I love it. Love 15. Really love watching Mira play. Backhand goes to the forehand of Anisimova, who hits a winner down the line, 15-all. Anisimova with a service winner down the tee, so 30-15. Serve down tee, backhand, Anisimova goes into the net. Andreeva gets the 30-all. Andreeva is 2 points away from winning this set. See if she can. Slice Anisimova with the forehand, backhand now. Anisimova goes to the backhand of Andreeva with the down the line screamer. I think hit the net on the way, but great shot. 30-40. Redirects that backhand down the line so well. 17 years old. Crazy. She's won like 12, 13 matches in a row. I'm going to look exactly what it is. Trying to keep that win streak going. $30-40. Kick serve back to Andreeva. Goes to the back of Anisimova. That goes wide. Andreeva fighting hard in Miami, Florida. We're going to a third set. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. I'm going to stick with my initial prediction. My score initially was 4-6, 6-2, 6-4. I'm going to say 6-4 Andreeva. Let me know what you guys think. I should have stuck with saying that I still think Andreeva is going to win the match. I was starting to say that in the second set, and then I changed it to Anisimova. I should have. Sorry about that. Camera. All right, I'm back. I should have. Peaches, you got to we got to see the first technical issue of the stream. How are you doing? Come on, Amanda. We'll see what happens with the third set. No, but yeah, amazing stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I should have went with my gut feeling of saying that Andreeva's just been finding ways to win matches. She's so good, though. Such a smart play, too, to start implementing those drop shots. And that point at 3-2, 40-30 Anisimova was the crucial blow that really changed things, right? Yeah, so Andreeva's on a 13-match win streak. Last loss to Stramkova in Doha. 13-match win streak. I like Mira, but have always been a fan of Amanda. I feel the exact same way. But I'm starting to – Mira's quickly becoming one of my favorites as well. But, yeah, at one point, Peaches, Anisimova was my favorite player. She's still one of my favorites. So, such a fun game to watch. I like her personality. Her backhand, I still think, is one of the most fun to watch on tour. So, good stuff. What else is going on in Miami at the moment? Who else is playing, if anybody? Who else is playing? Casper Ruud with the first set. Munar and Monfils in a third set. Like the least entertaining versus the most entertaining players. Not to be mean to Munar, but when I did my entertainment value rankings for the channel, or just when I did my entertainment value rankings, where I was not ranking my favorite players to watch, but who I think in general people find the most entertaining, like subjectively almost, who are the most entertaining players, or objective, I don't know, but who are like the most entertaining players in general for people to watch. I think Monfils was number 2 on the list of 100 players, and Munar is 99th. So that kind of shows that. But yeah, I come on, Gail. I want Gail to win that one. I mean, the men's draw is open. I mean, it opens up chances for something really crazy to happen, like Gail Monfils, like having a deep, deep run. Or there's like somebody that you don't usually expect to win a Masters. Maybe not Gail, but, you know, somebody you might not expect. I don't know who, but Casper Ruud or Menzik or, you know, somebody. Odds makers giving Mira a minus 350 chance to win the third set. It's fair. Monfils Munar match is fire. It's crazy good. I mean, Munar played really well in the other match. So I'm going to put that on my screen as well, just so I have it on the side. Because it seems like that would be good. Yeah, I'm rooting for Casper. I'm glad that Casper is still in this tournament. Glad to see he got that first set against Tabilo. He can be actually pretty tough. Yeah, they're showing that point. Such an important point. And Anisimova at 3-2, 40-30. Peaches, I don't know how long you've been watching the match, but that point was so obviously important right away. 3-2, 40-30. Anisimova about to hold for 3-all. And she has an easy, like, super high short ball. And Andreeva, she just hits 2 balls, like, right to Andreeva. And then Anisimova just really gifting her that game. Well, just with that point. So, pretty crazy. Amanda hits the ball as hard as Saba and Keys. Yes, I agree. And Penko. And Ostapenko. The GOAT. The GOAT, Ostapenko. Ostapenko is goated when she's at her best. When she's at her best, she plays as well as anybody. What happened to Rybakina? I don't understand. I really thought that Rybakina's consistency, not just after she won Wimbledon, but after, you know, she won Indian Wells, got to the final of Miami, was, you know, had Swiatek's number, got to the final of the Australian Open. It just looked like won Rome. It just looked like Rome 2023 is cursed. I just realized Rome 2023 is cursed. I'll tell you why. Medvedev and Rybakina won Rome 2023. I've just decided that Rome 2023 had an actual literal like witch's curse on it, because Rybakina and Medvedev are both hate clay courts. They don't like clay courts. They both somehow won a Masters 1000 on the slowest clay court possible. And then Medvedev hasn't won a title since then. He hasn't even made a whole lot of finals since then. And then Rybakina, I don't know if she's won titles since then, but I guess she did. She won Adelaide last year, but she's not like Rybakina struggled since then too. So lost to Jabeur that year's Wimbledon, I think, and then since then it's just not been great. So I don't know. Yeah, that tournament was cursed. How did that happen? How did Rybakina and Medvedev? I think that was a glitch in the simulation. All right, started the third set. Let me know your predictions. I've got 6-4 Mira. $15 love Andreeva. What will be interesting is Andreeva not looking like herself in this match. How will she show up for the Raducanu match? That should be popcorn as well. Forehand, cross court goes to the forehand of Mira. Backhand of Mira way up high. Swing volley, Anisimova. Andreeva with a great to even get there, but she hits it wide, wall wide. So 15 all. I don't know. It's funny. Raducanu played Serena Williams in Serena's second to last loss ever, and she actually bageled Serena 6-4, 6-0. You guys remember that. Raducanu is about to play Mira Andreeva, maybe. If she does, Mira Andreeva could be one of the best, players of the next, say, 15, 20 years. And this might be the exact right time to play Mira for Raducanu. So I'm just imagining a reality where Raducanu has two fairly comprehensive wins versus the two of the greatest players of the century. That deals with a lot of hypotheticals and stuff that hasn't happened yet. So, but I'm just saying, if that happens, that'd be very funny. But anyway, Andreeva would be the favorite going in. I think she'd play a better level than she has here. Forehand, that's going to go wide, 40-30. That was not prime Serena when Emma played her. No, I know, but it's just funny to say that Raducanu has bageled Serena 6-0. It's funny, it's funny saying great things about Raducanu in terms of wow, she's the GOAT, just because she had the greatest tournament any player has ever played. Because how in the world at 18 years old do you win 10 matches in a single Grand Slam tournament and not a single set that you play the opponent wins more than 4 games? That's unbelievable. It's funny to say act as if Raducanu is the GOAT just because of that one tournament, but she did bagel Serena, which is funny. And true, but yeah, no, I mean, obviously it was on her prime. To be honest, Raducanu needs Anisimova to win. She beat Anisimova at the AO and has a better chance of beating her than Andreeva. Yeah, I mean, potentially, but I mean, Andreeva has not looked like herself in this match, so it just depends. Andreeva's played a lot of tennis, but I agree with you. I mean, I think definitely Anisimova should have a better chance against Anisimova because Andreeva is Andreeva at the moment. So I don't disagree, but I do think that if she wants to beat Andreeva, right now is the exact time to do it. Andreeva's only getting better right now. This match is not her at the peak for powers, although she's playing better since that gift that Anisimova gave to Andreeva at 3-2, 40-30. A lot of great depth in that point from Andreeva, just moving closer and closer into the court. Saves a break point there. Deuce again. Ace down the tee. Serve has improved so much. It's so good to see. Emma is still, to me, a one-hit wonder. Needs to see her do more. Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, there's no, yeah, she's a one-hit wonder for now. Backhand swing volley, very good from Andreeva, 1-0. Fourth round is almost filled out. That's the last match of play. Svitolina Swiatek, Iyala versus Badoza, Kostyuk versus Pagula, and Raducanu versus the winner of this one. That's the bottom half. Look at the top half. Osaka Paolini, Goff Lynette, Zhang Kruger, and Sabalenka Collins are the other matches as well. Sabalenka Collins is crazy. Zhang Kruger is going to be pretty good too, by the way. Osaka Paolini is good too. I mean, all of these matches are pretty blockbuster, honestly. There's not a single bad match. Even Iyala versus Badoza is good. Like, Iyala is beaten 3 great players in straight sets. Like, legitimately, like, great players in straight sets. In Ostapinko, Madsen Keys, and Katie Volynets. Like, that's an impressive 6-set run there. Mira's getting better. She still has to control her temper, but she's still a teenager. Yeah, I think it's pretty standard. Like, I think some of it's good. Like, like I like her seeing her get frustrated when she's like in the big matches against top players like Sabalenka and Swiatek, because it shows that she really feels like even when she's playing them, like she should be winning those matches, and then she does. So I don't think, I don't know. I mean, she wears her heart on her sleeve. I think it's not. You know, it's not as bad of a thing as people make it out to be. But and yeah, she's still a teenager. It's pretty standard. It's obviously the famous thing of Roger and how he was so different when he was a teenager, which everybody knows. Forehand inside out from Anisimova, really attacking the court. It's a great shot from Andreeva. Backhand down the line, goes to the forehand Anisimova cross court. Forehand Andreeva dictating the play now, forehand inside out. Andreeva's level has risen significantly. Best level of the match from Andreeva. Tommy Paul versus Cerundolo's on next. That should be a good one too. Tommy Paul is still underrated. I would love to see him win the tournament out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen, but that'd be cool. I mean, Draper just won a Masters, so I don't see why it's impossible for a guy like Tommy Paul to. But I don't know. Forehand Anisimova. Back in volley. Andreeva gets up there. Ooh. Interesting. She gets a little bit lucky there, Andreeva, with the net court. And Anisimova can't believe it. This match is quickly, it's like sand slipping through her fingers. There's a very lucky net court from Andreeva. Probably would have been a winner anyway if it had not hit the net, but you never know. Good serve, Anisimova saves one, 30-40. Let's go, Amanda. 30-40 here. By the way, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you have not already. Subscribe, and don't forget to like the stream as well. It would be appreciated. It's 30-40 here at 0-1. Serve here from Anisimova. Forehand. Backhand lob. Ooh, overhead Anisimova. Good stuff. Strong stuff in Anisimova. It's the placement of the overhead. Didn't make any mistake with that one. Forehand chip goes to forehand Anisimova. She missed that. I think she made that one. Andreeva unable to control her anger. Throwing her racket around, hitting balls around. Definitely having trouble controlling her anger on the court, which might not be the best for her. The moment needs to keep it under control here. Stay locked in. Second serve for ANISIMOVA. Wow, ANDREEVA makes just a mess of the game at the end there. 1-1. She knows it too. Frustrated talking to her coach. Amanda needs to get her game if she will lose. If not, she will lose. Miraz lifted. Yes, she needs to get her game. Yes. No, 100%. 100%. Mira has significantly risen her level. I mean, just dictating and stepping in way more and making the shots. Like she's playing with a new confidence about her shots. That was a very important hold from ANISIMOVA down 15-40, by the way. It's a double fall from ANDREEVA is another one. Left 15. Back and cross score goes to the back and Amira. That's in the net, right? Love 30. Mira again, just kind of, I don't know, rushing and not making her shots. Backhand ANISIMOVA, big. It's backhand slice of ANDREEVA. Backhand ANISIMOVA, inside out. Very good. ANDREEVA can't get there. Love 40, Amanda ANISIMOVA. Let's go. Let's go, Amanda. Let's see if she can finish the job here at 3 break points and go up a break in the third. Was looking dire for her about 5 minutes ago, but now she's got the momentum. Backhand ANDREEVA, cross court, good shot, 15-40. Still a game that ANISIMOVA needs to finish off. ANDREEVA's not going to go away easy. Even like love 40 doesn't mean the game is over. But that does. ANDREEVA hits a forehand into the net, and it's 2-1 for Amanda. Wow. Tables turn. Quickly. 0-1, 15-40 turns to 2-1 for Amanda. What were you saying, Faison, that Raducanu needs ANISIMOVA to win? Now it's looking much more likely than it did five minutes ago. Sure, odds have now gone up from whatever they were for Amanda. So see if she can play clutch and finish it off. Monfils and Munar playing absolute battle out there, huh? 5-4 in the third. Munar's been playing good tennis. I mean, obviously. The way he beat Medvedev. Really hoping Gail can find a way through, though. Casper, former Miami finalist, also on court looking for his first Masters 1000 title. Forehand of Andreeva goes to the forehand of Anisimova. That's going to go long, so love 15. Mira's going to look for the break right back. We'll see if she gets it. A break is only really a break if you consolidate. Well, if you consolidate, it doesn't matter, right? It's like if both players suck at serving, like breaks really don't matter. Only reason a break matters is if you can feel confident that you'll hold your serve after. Backhand down the line, forehand of Anisimova. I don't know why she goes that big on it. It just didn't seem like she needed to. Andreeva coming in with a lot of, I don't know, like energy and vigor about the way she's moving. But maybe scared Anisimova off. I don't know. 13-match winning streak for Mira is trying to keep it. Love 30 here at 2-1. A big moment for that streak. One loss is all it takes. 15-30 now. Amanda hits a good serve down the tee. Forehand of Andreeva. That's in the net. 30 all. Big moments in this match. First service missed from Amanda. Backhand of Mira goes into the forehand of Amanda. Forehand of Anisimova. It's a huge shot inside out. Wow. So close to the sideline, I wasn't sure that she made it after she hit it just because it was so much pace. Ran around the back end beautifully and just goes fast. An outrageous shot in that point of the match. 40-30. She wins the match. Remember that point. That's a good point to place in the memory bank for Anisimova instead of that 3-2, 40-30 in the second set. It's like, okay, that's how you play important points. I mean, then I'd be lauding it, I guess, if she missed it. But no, I mean, that's how she needs to play. I mean, that's how she plays. So goes for it. Deuce. Backhand down the middle goes to the forehand. Anisimova steps in. It's over to the backhand of Andreeva. Defending. She needs to make that next shot. Anisimova misses it into the top of the net. Advantage to Andreeva. Will nerves get the best of Anisimova here? Let's see. Break point. First of the game for Andreeva. Trying to get the break right back. If I saw that right, 4 for 14 Andreeva so far on break points today. Forehand squash shot. Anisimova hits it inside out. Andreeva defending. Ooh. And Anisimova crosses Andreeva up with a backhand cross score. Beautiful shot. Level has risen. Andreeva defending, but Anisimova just perfect shot, and Andreeva just can't regroup for that one. Deuce. This point is massive. I just watching the match, feeling the momentum, I feel like this is an absolutely massive point. Can that catch the baseline from Anisimova, hitting big shots? That just crosses the net. Forehand slice. Oh, somehow it caught. The forehand slice from Anisimova caught the sideline and the baseline. So advantage to Anisimova. Wow. I don't know how that caught. I don't know why she went for that. That was like right on the line. Right on both lines. For pretty much no reason to hit that shot, but it worked. So all the reason to do it, I guess, because it worked. Backhand down the line. And Andreeva defending with a forehand slice. Forehand down the line. Lob. Oh, she had the swing volley. She missed it again. She played a good point leading into it, but she just goes for too big on the swing volley. Deuce. Don't make the same mistake twice. That's the rule, right? Try not to. Pretty much what happened there. And when I say same mistake twice, I'm thinking about that point in the second set. That kind of turned the tides of that set. Tides could turn in this set. Game point. Very similar, really. Forehand down the line. Andreeva at the backhand. That stays in. Anisimova, good scramble, but it's too good from Andreeva. Gets to advantage. I mean, honestly, Anisimova almost looks like she's about to cry. But Andreeva just playing big points better. Advantage to Andreeva. Serve. First serve would be nice. She gets it. Forehand. Great shot. Let's go, Amanda. Inside out. Great shot. Andreeva will wish she would have done more on the return. Maybe did better to guess and initiate more off that shot. Something that could hurt Anisimova. But back to deuce yet again. Long game. Almost 9 minutes played so far. Wow, Munar about to serve for the match against Monfils. Down the line, Andreeva scrambling with the lob. That's going to go out, though. Advantage to Amanda. Fighting hard. Forehand of Andreeva goes to the backhand. Simova, she missed that shot. She needs to play the game points better. Deuce. She's kind of like playing better on the break points than she is on the game points. More loose for some reason. Come on, Amanda. See what she can do. Long deuce game in Miami. This is their first meeting between the two young guns. And 17-year-old is currently behind after winning her last 13 matches. It's her opponent who's potentially about 3 games away from the victory and is up a break. But she needs to hold one of these game points in this game. Danger for Mira. Serve for Amanda. Down the tee goes for a big one. She can't, I mean, as Kyrgios would, I can't buy first serve on these game points. Backhand goes to the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand of Andreeva goes to the backhand. Anisimova, backhand of Andreeva. Good net clearance, is very low. Backhand, very low shots. Forehand, Andreeva somehow gets there, defending. Forehand cross court, Andreeva also so quick. Backhand slice, that's in the net. Anisimova, so powerful against Andreeva's like unreal defensive skill. But it's Anisimova 3-1, and she is 3 games away from ending that win streak. That is a very important hold. Monfils, by the way, at love 30. That's going to be about to be a third set tiebreaker. Keep an eye on that one. After this match, Cerundolo and Paul are going to take the court. Cerundolo and Paul is interesting because Cerundolo actually has quite liked playing Paul, so it could be interesting. Also, Cerundolo has played well in Miami. Monfils is one of the players that so much is helped by the fact that they're big crowds. Like, if there were not big crowds to fill up stadiums, I have a feeling that Gale would not have had the career that he's had. Like he always like picks up his game in front of like big, crazy atmospheres for crazy comebacks, crazy shots. He's about to break for a third set breaker. You're at 30 love here. 2 hours and 15 minutes into this one. Been pretty long already. Forehand down the line. Backhand of Mira's a lob, which is going to go wide. 30-15. It is a third set tiebreaker between Monfils and Munar. That's crazy. Let's go, Gale. Yeah, Gale's a fan favorite. He's a favorite for me, too. 40-15 for ANDREEVA. Serve ANDREEVA. Backhand ANISIMOVA. Right into the corner. Forehand ANDREEVA defending. ANISIMOVA backhand cross court. 40-30. 40-30 is basically just add in. It's, 1 point away from deuce. Let's see if ANDREEVA gets the hold here. Oh, Monfils is playing out of his mind. What a shot to start the tiebreaker for Gale. Forehand, ANISIMOVA goes to the backhand of ANDREEVA. That's in the net, and ANISIMOVA is trying to do a comeback here. ANISIMOVA asking for something from the chair. I'm trying to hear what it is. Not sure what ANISIMOVA wanted there. ANISIMOVA's looking for some treatment at the end of this game, even though she's at deuce here at 3-1. That's interesting. Forehand deep in the court. ANDREEVA with the lob to the backhand. ANISIMOVA. Backhand of ANDREEVA down the line. Forehand. ANISIMOVA scrambling well. ANISIMOVA backhand down the line. Goes to forehand slice of ANDREEVA. Backhand. It's a backhand slice the bottom of the net from Amanda. It's advantage for ANDREEVA. Oh, Gale is not human, bro. That's the first 2 points of the tiebreaker are unbelievable. What this guy's doing at 38 years old. What a monster, dude. Watching a 17-year-old play pretty great tennis, and then watching, for her standards, pretty subpar, but then also watching Gale on another screen. Gale's playing out of his mind. I'll support your film project, Anthony. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to post all the films I make. It's my biggest dream to make films. So there's going to be a lot ahead. ANDREEVA complaining to the umpire. I'm not sure about what. Wow, ANISIMOVA, I think, is having an MTO right now during the game. It's on Andreeva's serve, though. If that is within the rules, I think that's ridiculous, to be frank. Anisimova shouldn't be able to have treatment during Andreeva's service games. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, I don't care whether it's in the rules or not. Like, that's not something that should be in the rules. I don't know if it is. And I like Amanda, but I don't know. That doesn't strike me the right way. I don't know exactly what's wrong. Like, it's just very clearly unfair, right? Like, on your serve, you can't have a break like that. Because, like, okay. I mean, it's like, and then you lose the game, you're down to double break. It's like, basically just like, if you're allowing this, just give the opponent the game. It's like, okay, if you're injured, you can have your opponent's service game. That's fine. It's basically what this is. Hey, how's it going, Joe? Hello, hello. Anisimova is getting something with her finger. Gale is playing out of his mind. I love to see it. I'm watching a little bit of that while this is going on. The crowd is going crazy. Man, Medvedev. I mean, Monfils taking out the guy who took out Medvedev, potentially. Which doesn't mean a lot, but it means something. This is very unfair to Mira. I would be so pissed off if I was Mira right now. I'm not saying this out of a place of like bias. Like, I just can Anisimova pull this off? Oh, 100%. Who's the chat? Amanda Skin is hanging off her hand. Is it? Like, I don't know. I can't really see what's going on at all. I don't know. I feel like at some point, like, there needs to be some, because, like, okay, like, to a degree, obviously if there's an emergency, like, the player should get treatment, but this is a professional match where you're putting your body to the limit. Like, just give the game away then. If you need the emergency thing right away, just give away the game. Don't swing the racket, don't do anything, just go to the shots and then just sit down. But to stop the game, I mean, what if Anisimova now is playing just out of her mind and just wins the next 2 points because Andreeva just had no momentum? See, now Anisimova won that point. It's just completely unfair to Andreeva. It just is. That's my opinion. I hope Amanda has the best mental aspect. Yeah. I feel bad for Amanda though, of course, but it's just that should not be within the rules. That's my opinion. Backhand. This is a backhand Anisimova. Backhand Andreeva. It's a break point now for Anisimova. Backhand of Andreeva. Forehand. Andreeva. Backhand Andreeva. Down the line. Andreeva very tough there on the break point. Deuce. Gale getting the win in the third set tiebreaker against Hans Minar. We'll see what happens. Deuce, very long game, and it's not just because of the delay. Back and cross court goes to the back of Andreeva. Anisimova, what a shot down the line. Andreeva hustling, defending. Could give her a spark, though, to be fair, also. Some motivation, but I don't know. I don't think it's for the better. Forehand is a great shot inside out. I mean, Anisimova was playing better anyway, but that's not. It kind of makes me mad. I mean, in the middle of a game, it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't make any sense. Look at how well Anisimova is playing. I mean, we're playing a match here. It's like, okay. It's like, that's why people get so hyped up about Masters champions. You don't just give a game to the opponent just because, you know, it's like, it's not fair. Second serve, Mira. It's a break point for Amanda. Forehand goes to backhand slice of Mira. Backhand slice of Anisimova. Oh, Anisimova was at the net, but she backed off. That clips the tape from Mira. We're still in a rally. Hell of a shot from Mira. Forehand defending. Wow. Strong for Mira Andreeva. Let's go, Mira. Fighting hard here at deuce. Come on, Amanda. Amanda, please. Mira out of blister. She would have stopped too. It shouldn't be within the rules, though. It doesn't make much sense to me. As my opinion, as a tennis match, I've thought of that even with players like bleeding. Like, I guess I'm a bit extreme with my opinion, but like honestly, I think like if it's in the middle of your opponent's service game, like if it's in the middle of a game, it's just not fair to the opponent. Because look at how well Anisimova is playing now. It's just not. I mean, it's not for one player or the other. It's just. It just not. I don't know. I don't like it. As a player, I'd be really mad. But serve, because I think feel really bad for Anisimova and get the help that she needs, but it shouldn't stop. It should not stop the game. Like, just give the game away then, and then go to the next one. Should always happen on a game changeover, especially on your opponent's serve. Mira very strong, though. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Mira very strong on those break points and a couple of them, and wins a very long game, 3-2. Last time I had a hand blister, I was digging in the garden. I had to cut it up, tape it off, and back to work. No, exactly. But I just think like my opinion is obviously the players there needs to be common sense implemented with helping to the players' injuries. It's not about that. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, tennis is so much dictated on momentum that like if you're 2 points away from breaking your opponent's serve and you just completely stop their momentum, you might as well just give if you're stopping the play, might as well just give you the game. Like, because you're like, if I like a lot of players who are great players, they would just completely fall off their game right away. And suddenly now Anisimova would be up a double break. It just doesn't seem fair. And that almost happened. Anisimova just going back swinging, Mira unable to build her momentum and rhythm on serve. So in my opinion, go to the game changeover and then, you know, tape it up and then back to work. But on your opponent, in the middle of your opponent's serve, especially at deuce where you're 2 points away from losing it, it's not fair, really. Like, of course, there should be common sense and courtesy to the injuries. Like, I really hate that, you know, Amanda had to go through that. But that's not, like, that's just not something that should stop the game, though, I think. Can stop the match, but not in the middle of a game. Uh, 15 love Anisimova here serving. Still up a break at 3-2. Yeah, Joe, exactly. I think that's just what I think. Casper Ruud and Tabilo in a tiebreaker. Serve. Forehand cross court. It's going to go out from Anisimova, 15 all. Back in Anisimova, goes to the forehand of Andreeva, down the line. Great stuff from Andreeva. I kind of think I'll give her a spark, though. Like, I think Andreeva wouldn't be happy about it. And I don't know. I think it could give her a spark. She's like, you know what? That's like, you know, that kind of anger can motivate her, maybe. I don't know. 15-30. Serve from Anisimova. She's missing a lot of first serves. That is not going to help her at all. And it is not helping her. Second serve, backhand. Anisimova. Big lob. Andreeva somehow stays in. Andreeva's level is still high, but Anisimova gets a 30 all. It's been high the last couple games. Long match, 2 hours and 31 minutes. I mean, if this goes to like 7-6 in the third, I mean, this could be like 3 hours or 3 hours, 15 minutes. Probably like 3 hours. Which is not obscenely long, but it's long. I mean, it could be more than that, though. I guess it would be more than 3 hours. Probably like 3 hours, 10 minutes if this goes 7-6. (40-30). Game point for Anisimova. Can't get a first serve in court, though, at this point. If Amanda wins this, her hand will not heal overnight. Yeah, unfortunately, I really hope that. I mean, I hope that she can recover and play well enough in her next one. We'll see. But yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one to get, no doubt. I mean, that's, yeah. Hand blisters are, God, they are painful. They can be really painful. 4-2 for Anisimova, 2 games away from the win. Yeah, blisters are like maybe the most common tennis injury, and they are, I mean, every tennis player gets blisters, and when they're like big, like, yeah, it's not fun. It's a double fault from Andreeva. Love 15. Anisimova 7 points away from breaking and snapping that 13-match win streak. Let's go. Casper gets the win over Tabilo in straights. Good to see. I'd love to see Casper have a really deep run in this tournament. Another Miami final would be awesome. The draw is open. Talk about Gael Monfils, too. That's exciting. That Monfils is still playing at that level. I hope he keeps it up. Hopefully he's not too worn out from that match. Get down to Munar serving for the match. And the first 2 points of that tiebreaker were just classic Gael Monfils kind of points. Getting the crowd involved. Big shots from Anisimova. All eyes on this court. Anisimova really knocking at the door here. It is 15-30. Watch out, Mira Andreeva. I said 6-4 Mira. If my prediction is right, she'll have to win every game from here on out. It's just 4 games, but at 2-4, 15-30, it's not looking that likely. Forehand, inside out, backhand of Andreeva. Goes to the forehand. Anisimova is a great shot. Backhand slice. Forehand Anisimova missed it, though. That's a shot you need to make. That is a bad miss. That is a bad miss for Anisimova. She was in that rally. That could have been 15-40. It's got one more try here at 30 all to get to a break point. Win Mira. Right now, it's looking like Anisimova. Let's see. Come on, Amanda, don't mess it up now. It's at 30 all. See what Amanda can do. It's Mira with an ace down the tee. That ace down the tee on the deuce side has been working all day. It's really hitting her spot there. 40-30 for Mira. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand slice of Mira. Backhand down the line. Mira defending. Forehand. Cross court goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand inside out. Big. To the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand is massive. That's one of the points of the match. Deuce. Anisimova just generating pace. Just the pacemaker. Deuce. That's wicked. That's great forehand pickup with pace. That's impressive. Really impressive. Really, really impressive off the forehand. Forehand. Cross court from Mira. Short in the court. Drop shot. Yeah. It's not going to be good enough. Got to get that depth on it. So it is Mira's service game, though. I mean, you would have wished that she put away that chance that she had at 15-30, but as long as she keeps holding, she's 2 holds away from a really massive win for her career, I think. I mean, it's not as big as her winning in Doha, but it's a good win. Not as big as beating Osaka in Australia, maybe, or some others. Coco at Wimbledon, maybe, but French Open. But, you know, it's a good, important win for her, knowing how well Mira Andreeva has been playing. Just 2 holds away from it. Or a break. She's at deuce. This would be 2 points away from serving for the match with a double break. Big backhand returns a lob from Andreeva. That's on the baseline. Andreeva's defending has only gotten better and better as the match has progressed. Backhand. She missed it. Just long behind the baseline. Or maybe a little bit more than just long. Advantage to Andreeva. A lot of long deuce games at this point. If every game is going to be long deuce games like this could be 3.5 hours. Probably. If this goes down to the wire, it's going to be more like 3 hours, 15 minutes. Long match, though. But we'll see if Anisimova can get two holds at the end. It's a double fall from Andreeva. Back to deuce. It's not good for Mira. Double faults have crept in a little bit for Mira here. A lot of deuces. Anisimova misses the return. It's not a return you want to miss. Advantage to Andreeva. Backhand down the line, goes to the forehand of Andreeva. That's another miss from Andreeva. So just looks like both players don't want this game, even though it's potentially the most important game to win of the match. Somewhat for both, I mean, right? Because this match is kind of like a baby match point if Anisimova gets to break point here. I mean, Anisimova needs to guess a little bit about that down the tee. She's cheating a little bit too much to her right side, and Andreeva's already had some great shots down the tee. I don't know if maybe her coaching box told them that Mira's going to try to hit more of those shots out wide or what, but she's been cooking her with the down the tee on that side all day, especially in this game. Back in cross court, that's way wide from Andreeva. Deuce. I'm sensing that we might be reaching the end here. I kind of think it might be 6-2 Anisimova. Andreeva can still win, but it would be a big effort. I'm kind of sensing Anisimova here. Forehand goes to forehand Anisimova, cross court, forehand Andreeva. Forehand Anisimova, big down the line. Back in Andreeva. Wow, great point from Andreeva. Advantage to Mira. This match is too long already, yeah. For sure. 100%. This match is very long. I mean, we're basically at 3 hours and we're at 4-3 in the third. Like 2 hours, 45 minutes. Big forehand down the line from Mira. Bit of a statement to end the game, 4-3. Mira still fighting. Didn't expect any less. 4-3. Anisimova 2 holds away still. We'll see if Mira can change that and see if she can break. Wow. Monfils versus Korda is a really good 4th round match on the men's side. Winner of that one could take on Djokovic. That Monfils is hoping that Musetti beats Djokovic because Monfils and playing Novak has not been a good thing for him. I mean, listen, Monfils beat Djokovic in like a match in like a futures tournament. I think maybe it was a challenger, but I think it was a futures tournament back in like 2004, the first time they ever played in a professional match. So, hey, maybe Monfils will win the first and last professional match that he'll play against Novak and lose everything in between. I don't know. It's like Nadal at Davis Cup, losing the first and last match he played at Davis Cup in singles, then winning everything in between. But I don't know. But definitely Monfils would rather play Musetti. I mean, Musetti beating Novak's not impossible. I mean, Novak's not been losing to players that are, I mean, quote unquote, worse than Musetti. Just to be honest, like Opelka is not better than Musetti. Backhand of Anisimova goes to the backhand, goes forehand of Andreeva. Forehand goes to the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand to backhand now. Backhand down the line. And Andreeva really defending. Swinging volley. So close, but just stays in. Wow. Anisimova was cutting it close with that swinging volley. I tell you what. That was like that overhead earlier that she completely missed it and slammed it deep in the court. This is a bit of a marathon match. It's been some longer rallies, a little bit, I'd say, as we've kind of come to the latter parts of the match. Not long rallies, but longer. But definitely the rallies have not been long, but the games have been long. And the first set was like an hour and 10 minutes because, 7-6 set. It's 30 all here on Anisimova's serve. Potentially this could be as key as anything else. Time will tell. 30 all. Scoreboard on the screen says 30-15, but it should be 30 all. Certainly not 30-15 on the do side. All right, now it's changed. 30 all. Serve Anisimova. Forehand of Andreeva goes for it big, hits it into the top of the net. Not sure she needed to do that quite as big as she shouldn't. She shouldn't have hit as big as she did. I think it was a sign of nerves because Anisimova has not been, making everything. Like, she's been playing nervy at times in the big moments. I don't know if she needed to go quite that big. I think that was a sign of nerves, really. Forehand of Anisimova goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Slice backhand. Andreeva defending. Lob. That's going to go long. That is an important hold for Anisimova. She's got one more to go. Or does she? Because if she breaks, no reason to hold. 5-3. 4 points away. 4 points away, Mira in her 13-match win streak. And more importantly, 2 Masters 1000 victories win streak in a row. Her last 2 tournaments could be coming to an end here. To a very notable giant killer. I can't believe Anisimova missed that right into the net. Easy ball. Forehand right into the net. She goes for a drop shot. Really not much reason to hit that shot, but 15 love for Andreeva. Andreeva is going to take that. Andreeva with an ace out wide, 30 love. Very strong server at this point in her very young career, Mira. Nearing 2 hours and 50 minutes in this one, 30 love. Hell of a backhand return from Anisimova. The serve was not good enough, though. Kind of went into the sweet spot for Anisimova. A little bit too central. Anisimova will take a little bit too high, a little bit too central. I think Andreeva knew it, too. 30-15. Anisimova is 3 points away, which I think is notable. Serve, Mira. It's also not a good serve. Great return. I was going to go out, I think. Anisimova, it's a swinging volley. It doesn't matter. She is a volley winner. It was going to be close, but I think it was going out. But regardless, 30 all. Anisimova is 2 points away. It was going to be close. I want to see it again. I think it was going out. It's going to be either on the baseline or out, but I think it was going out. But Anisimova wins the point anyway. 30 all, 30 all, 30 all. 2 points away. Andreeva already back at the line to serve. First serve in the net. First serve percentage has been high all day, but definitely a difference between winning on first serve and winning on second serve today, especially with how Anisimova has gone after returns and a double fault from Mira. Those double faults have creeped into her game for like the first set and a half. She just has not been double faulting, but now she has. That big return that Andreeva took that hit the very top of the net at 30 all in the last game. Whether she made it in or out could have been very well a big deciding factor in this result. And it's a match point for Anisimova anyway, who has played the better tennis in the match, I would say. Overall. Not by a lot, but overall, for sure. I'd start the match better at the first set. Swinging volley from Anisimova into the open court, and that is right on the baseline. Sorry, I was so entranced by the point that I forgot to do the play-by-play. Wow. Andreeva's 13-match win streak is over. Amanda Anisimova knocks her out, and she is through herself to the 4th round in Miami. Swinging volley just inside the line. She just had enough at the end. Andreeva, I don't think, was at her 100% or played her best, but Anisimova, known to be a giant killer, she does it again. Let's go, Amanda. Super happy for her. I hope she keeps that up because it is good to see her in the limelight. Yes, Joe. Hey, thank you guys for joining in. Danielle, can't talk. Daniel, Peaches, Max, everybody who joined in, Sean earlier, Amanda, let's go. Sad for Mira, honestly, but she's had a great couple of weeks. And Amanda, let's go. I really hope that she keeps up the momentum that she's had for the last little bit. Yeah, really exciting for her. Yeah, thank you guys. Congrats to Amanda. Absolutely. Congrats to Anisimova. Awesome to see, honestly. I really hope that she keeps that up with tournaments ahead. All right. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll see the next time I can. And I'll try to do more WTA matches too. Raducanu and Anisimova is really good. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one.